We stand at the threshold of a cosmic revolution, one where the boundaries between thought and matter are dissolving at an astonishing rate. Across the globe, people are reporting impossible synchronicities, thinking a long-lost friend, only to receive their call minutes later, visualizing financial windfalls that materialize within days, even experiencing physical healings after intense emotional releases. These aren't isolated miracles. They're evidence of a fundamental shift in how energy operates on our planet. The ancient mystics spoke of a time when heaven would descend to earth, when the spiritual and physical realms would merge so completely that manifestation would become instantaneous. That time is now. But this acceleration brings both extraordinary power and profound responsibility. Like a surfer catching the perfect wave, we must learn to navigate these energies with precision, because the stakes have never been higher. The science behind the shift. Modern physics is finally catching up to what spiritual traditions have known for millennia. Quantum entanglement experiments prove that particles separated by vast distances can communicate faster than light, meaning our universe operates through connections that transcend physical limitations. The double-slit experiment demonstrates that consciousness directly influences matter at the subatomic level, and groundbreaking studies in epigenetics reveal that our beliefs can literally rewrite our genetic code. But here's what most people miss. These phenomena aren't confined to laboratories. They're happening in your life right now. Every time you experience déjà vu, every coincidence that's too perfect to be random, every gut feeling that proves correct, you're witnessing the law of attraction operating at quantum speeds. The difference now. These events are occurring with such frequency and intensity that they can no longer be dismissed as chance. The 3 waves of manifestation. The thought wave, 0 to 72 hours. Recent neurological research shows that focused intention creates measurable electrical patterns in the brain that ripple outward into the quantum field. Within this critical 72-hour window, your thought either gains momentum or dissipates. This explains why many report manifestations occurring exactly 3 days after intense visualization or emotional release. The emotional surge, 7 to 14 days. Emotions act as rocket fuel for manifestation. When you pair clear intention with elevated emotion, joy, gratitude, excitement, you create what physicists call coherent energy signatures that attract matching experiences within 7 to 14 days. Many financial windfalls, chance meetings, and creative breakthroughs follow this exact timeline. The quantum collapse, 21 to 28 days. At the lunar cycle mark, 28 days, unresolved intentions either manifest physically or collapse back into the quantum field. This explains why so many give up just before their breakthrough. They don't realize they're in the final stretch where the universe tests their belief. The dark night of the soul before the dawn. As these energies intensify, nearly everyone is experiencing what mystics call the purification, a period where every unhealed wound, every limiting belief, every suppressed emotion rises to the surface with violent urgency. Relationships that once felt stable are suddenly fraught with tension. Careers that provided security now feel suffocating. Even our bodies are rebelling. Mysterious aches, sudden allergies, and energy crashes are actually physical manifestations of spiritual upgrades. This isn't happening to punish us, but to prepare us. The universe is forcing us to confront everything that vibrates at a lower frequency than our soul's true potential. Like a cosmic pressure washer, these energies are blasting away the grime of past traumas and societal conditioning to reveal our authentic selves beneath. The 7 signs you're activating quantum manifestation powers and what they really mean. When your consciousness begins vibrating at higher frequencies, your entire reality starts responding in extraordinary ways. These 7 phenomena aren't just random occurrences. They're physical confirmations that you're transitioning from passive observer to active creator of your reality. Let's explore each sign in profound depth. 1. Time distortion. When the clock stops obeying logic, you glance at your watch expecting minutes to have passed, only to discover hours have vanished. Or conversely, an afternoon feels like an eternity. This isn't poor time management, it's quantum physics in action. As your consciousness expands beyond the third dimension, you're beginning to perceive time as the flexible construct it truly is. Einstein proved time is relative. Now you're experiencing it firsthand. These distortions often coincide with intense creative flow states or spiritual awakenings, when your brainwaves shift into theta/gamma synchronization, the same state monks achieve during deep meditation. The more this happens, the more you're proving to yourself that you're not bound by linear time constraints. 2. Vivid dreams. Your nightly download center. Your dreams no longer feel like random neural firings, but like urgent message centers. You wake with crystal clear memories of conversations with guides, visits to unfamiliar yet strangely familiar locations, or premonitions that later manifest. These aren't mere dreams, they're interdimensional journeys where your higher self downloads critical information. Many report receiving complex scientific concepts, healing modalities, or artistic inspiration this way. Nikola Tesla famously received his alternating current motor design in a vivid dream vision. Your subconscious is now so strongly connected to the quantum field that sleep has become an active manifestation workshop rather than passive rest. 3. Electromagnetic sensitivity. When technology reacts to your energy. Light bulbs flicker as you walk by. Computers glitch when you're emotionally charged. Your phone unlocks before you touch it. This phenomenon has been documented in scientific studies of human bioenergy fields. Your personal electromagnetic field is strengthening to the point where it interacts with nearby electronics. High voltage power lines may suddenly give you headaches. Sensitives often report streetlights turning off as they pass beneath them, known as the SLI effect. This isn't malfunction. It's measurable proof your personal energy field is expanding beyond ordinary human parameters. Some quantum physicists suggest this indicates your consciousness is beginning to directly influence the material world around you. 4. Appetite shifts. Your body's intelligent upgrade system. One morning, you wake up repulsed by foods you've loved for years or craving strange new combinations. This isn't random. Your cellular structure is upgrading, and your body now demands higher vibration nutrition. Many report sudden intolerances to processed foods, alcohol, or meat as their vibration increases. Simultaneously, you might develop intense cravings for specific fruits, rare spices, or even substances like clay or ice. These aren't whims. They're your body's intelligent guidance system requesting exactly what's needed for your DNA activation. Ancient Ayurvedic texts describe this phenomenon as the body developing wisdom, a sign of spiritual advancement. 5. Sensory amplification. The world in high definition. Colors appear unnaturally vibrant, greens so lush they seem to glow, blues so deep they feel liquid. Sounds become almost painfully crisp. You hear whispered conversations across rooms or notice subtleties in music you've heard 100 times before. This is your nervous system upgrading to perceive a broader spectrum of reality. Scientific studies confirm that meditation practitioners develop increased sensory acuity over time. What you're experiencing is your biological hardware adapting to receive more quantum data from your environment. Some report temporary seeing auras or energy fields around living things, not imagination, but literal expansion of perceptual capacity. 6. Memory flashes. Your souls resume coming alive. You're washing dishes when suddenly you're flooded with a memory of speaking fluent French in 18th century Paris, except you've never studied French. Or you meet a stranger and instantly know you were siblings in another lifetime. These aren't fantasies. They're proof your consciousness is accessing the Akashic records. Quantum physics now suggests all time exists simultaneously, and your expanding awareness is beginning to perceive this truth. These flashes often contain specific skills or knowledge that can be verified historically. More importantly, they frequently reveal your soul's contracts and purposes that explain current life patterns and relationships. 7. Physical buzzing. Your body's quantum activation signals. That strange tingling in your hands isn't poor circulation. It's your body's way of signaling that you're developing the ability to work with subtle energies. Many energy healers report this sensation before discovering their gifts. The crown buzzing. That's your pineal gland activating in response to increased light frequencies entering the planet. Scientific studies have measured increased piezoelectric effects in the skulls of meditators. Some report hearing high-pitched frequencies during these buzzing episodes. This is your nervous system tuning to higher dimensional frequencies. Far from being concerning, these sensations indicate you're developing the capacity to become a conscious conduit for quantum creation energy. The critical next step. Recognizing these signs is just the beginning. Now that you're aware of them, you can begin consciously working with these energies, rather than just experiencing them passively. Each symptom is actually a skill waiting to be mastered. Time distortion indicates growing control over reality perception. Vivid dreams suggest developing prophetic abilities. Electromagnetics, sensitivity points to emerging psychokinetic potential. You're not just awakening to the law of attraction, you're evolving beyond it into full quantum creation capacity. The question is no longer, is this happening? But how far do I choose to take this? Your reality is quite literally in your hands. The coming global consciousness shift. A quantum leap in human evolution. We stand at the precipice of what ancient seers and modern scientists alike agree will be the most extraordinary transformation of human awareness ever recorded. Between 2024 and 2027, a convergence of cosmic, energetic, and biological factors will catalyze a shift so profound that future historians may mark this period as the true beginning of humanity's spiritual adulthood. This isn't mystical conjecture. Hard science confirms we're entering uncharted territory. NASA's ongoing studies of solar maximum activity reveal we're approaching peak sunspot cycles that historically correlate with revolutionary periods in human thought and social structures. Meanwhile, quantum physicists are documenting measurable changes in the Schumann resonance, Earth's vibrational heartbeat, that directly influence human brainwave patterns and collective consciousness. What makes this era unique isn't just the intensity of these external forces, but the awakening they're triggering within the human psyche itself. Across all continents and cultures, people with no prior spiritual interest are reporting spontaneous mystical experiences, sudden clairvoyant flashes, past life recalls, or inexplicable healings. This isn't random. It's the inevitable result of our DNA responding to the increasing light frequencies bathing our planet. The Mayan elders spoke of this as the final uncloaking, where illusion falls away to reveal the true nature of reality. Hindu scriptures describe it as the long-prophesied end of Kali Yuga, not an apocalypse, but a renaissance of wisdom after humanity's long spiritual winter. Even biblical texts hint at this transition, with references to a new heaven and new earth that modern mystics interpret as dimensional shifts in perception rather than physical cataclysms. The crucial revelation here is that this transformation isn't something happening to humanity, it's something happening through humanity. Each individual who chooses to align with higher frequencies becomes a living transmitter, broadcasting new possibilities into the collective field. This explains why we're seeing exponential growth in phenomena like the 100th monkey effect, where innovations in consciousness seem to spread globally at impossible speeds. When enough people upgrade their personal operating systems, the entire network, humanity itself, begins functioning at a higher level. We now face a fundamental choice between two experiential paths. The first is the fear spiral, a reality tunnel where those clinging to outdated paradigms will experience increasing dissonance as the universe delivers louder and louder wake-up calls through health crises, relationship breakdowns, and systemic collapses. These aren't punishments, but necessary corrections, like a parent removing a dangerous toy from a child's hands. The second path is the ascension current, a flow state where those embracing change find themselves supported by inexplicable synchronicities, miraculous opportunities, and what can only be described as divine timing. The deciding factor between these paths has nothing to do with religious affiliation, intellectual knowledge, or material wealth. The universe operates on one simple currency: vibrational resonance. Your dominant emotional state acts like a radio dial, determining which version of reality you access. You can memorize every sacred text ever written, but if your baseline frequency is anxiety or unworthiness, you'll continue manifesting circumstances that match those vibrations. This understanding leads us to practical mastery in this new quantum reality. The 17-second rule, backed by studies at the HeartMath Institute, reveals that just 17 seconds of sustained positive emotion begins restructuring your electromagnetic field to attract matching experiences. Set hourly reminders to generate genuine gratitude or joy, and watch how reality rearranges itself around these energy bursts. Shadow work alchemy teaches us to stop battling negative emotions and instead transmute them: anger into creative force, fear into excited anticipation, grief into unconditional love. Your pre-sleep ritual becomes sacred ground. The 90 minutes before sleep are when your brain's theta waves create a direct pipeline to the quantum field. Visualize your desired reality with emotional intensity during this window, and let your sleeping subconscious cement the blueprint. Even your physical environment serves as a manifestation tool. Clutter represents stagnant energy, while intentionally arranged spaces act as 3D vision boards, broadcasting your frequency to the universe. The ultimate revelation is this: we're not passive observers of history, but active participants in its creation. Every thought you entertain today is literally writing tomorrow's headlines. The ancients spoke of heaven on earth, but failed to clarify that heaven isn't a geographical destination. It's a state of consciousness available here and now. The storm of transformation isn't approaching, it's already swirling around us. But this storm carries not destruction, but creation, the kind that strips away all that's false to reveal our authentic, limitless nature. The question isn't whether change is coming, but whether you'll resist it like a sapling fighting the wind, or surrender like a mature tree that knows storms make roots grow deeper. The universe is listening intently to your vibrational signature. In this unprecedented moment of human evolution, what frequency will you choose to broadcast?